Picture this. You wake up, scroll your phone, and see the words Hall of Fame legend hit with a $50 million lawsuit splashed across every timeline. Within minutes, friends are texting, podcasts are firing up their hot take machines, and hashtags start to trend in opposite directions. Was it a shocking revelation, a calculated ambush, or simply another chapter in the always dramatic world of celebrity media? Tonight, we unpack the avalanche of headlines surrounding former NFL star and media powerhouse Shannon Sharpe, the viral boom of his show Club Shay Shay, and the wild chain reaction triggered by comedian Katt Williams, Dave Chappelle, Monique, and more. By the end of this video, you will have the full timeline, the key players, the money trail, and the burning question. Is Shannon Sharpe truly under attack, or are we watching the internet spin itself into overdrive once again? Buckle up, keep an open mind, and let's investigate together. Before we dive deep, do me one lightning fast favor. Hit subscribe, click the bell, and smash that like button so YouTube knows you love thoughtful long-form breakdowns. It is free, it keeps independent analysis alive, and you can always change your mind later. Drop a comment with your first gut reaction, targeted takedown, or tempest in a teapot. I read every single one. On April 18th, 2025, a civil complaint landed in Los Angeles Superior Court. Filed by 20-year-old Gabriela Zuniga, it accuses Shannon Sharpe of what the document calls repeated non-consensual intimate misconduct and seeks punitive damages of $50 million. The filing immediately rocketed to trending status because Zuniga had recently grown a large social media following that included an account on the subscription site OnlyFans. Mainstream outlets from the Los Angeles Times to international newspapers pounced on the story within hours, ensuring that Sharpe's name, paired with the words serious misconduct, was everywhere fans looked. Sharpe rejected the allegations the same day they surfaced. His legal counsel called the complaint a grotesque attempt at extortion, and Sharpe used his own Nightcap podcast to add context. He insisted the relationship was fully consensual, presented several text message exchanges, and challenged what he called lazy rumor mongering. During a lighthearted but tense guest spot with rapper-comedian Justina Valentine, he was briefly left speechless when she brought the lawsuit up on air, a moment that turned into a meme within minutes. Why now? Observers immediately noticed that the suit was filed less than 24 hours before multiple trade publications reported that Sharpe was nearing a record-setting podcast contract worth more than $100 million. Club Shay Shay's existing agreement with Colin Cowherd's network had expired, and several tech and media giants were rumored to be in a bidding war. If someone wanted to reduce Sharpe's market value or scare sponsors away, this would be exquisitely timed. That jaw-dropping contract number is possible only because Club Shay Shay is frankly a juggernaut. The show's January 2024 episode featuring comedian Katt Williams clocked more than 80 million views on YouTube alone, temporarily outranking entire late-night networks in raw audience size. The interview triggered half a dozen trending topics and, according to analytics leaks on Reddit, added roughly 500,000 new subscribers to the channel in a single week. During that now legendary sit-down, Katt Williams unleashed a 10-year stockpile of grievances. He alleged that Cedric the Entertainer lifted jokes, hinted that Kevin Hart's meteoric rise was corporate engineering rather than grassroots fandom, and claimed Hollywood punishes comics who refuse to play along. Whether you found it courageous truth-telling or pure score-settling, the interview cracked open doors that had been bolted shut for years. Cedric answered within 48 hours, dismissing the plagiarism claim as revisionist history. Kevin Hart took a more flamethrower approach, calling Williams a clown who belongs in the circus, and reminding listeners that Williams had walked away from lucrative offers in the past. The clash divided comedy Twitter, drew reaction videos by the dozen, and guaranteed that Sharpe's comment section became ground zero for celebrity beef. Then came Dave Chappelle. Performing in Pittsburgh, Chappelle told a sold-out crowd, "What part of the game is this?" He criticized Katt for painting fellow black comics in an ugly light while sparing non-black entertainers, and suggested some lines simply should not be crossed, even in comedy. The clip spread across Instagram like wildfire and piled fresh pressure onto everyone involved. If Sharpe hoped the storm would calm, Monique had other plans. Her Club Shay Shay episode reignited a decade-old dispute with Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry. Monique claimed she was professionally frozen out after refusing to travel for additional unpaid promotion of the film Precious. She also accused Kevin Hart of early support, followed by a silent retreat once the Hollywood heat intensified. Her storytelling, equal parts vulnerability and righteous anger, won fans, but further convinced critics that Sharpe was running the audio version of a televised courtroom. Comedian D.L. Hewley declared he would not appear on Club Shay Shay because, in his words, it feels like Wendy Williams never left. She just picked up a bench press. He argued that the pod had become messier than informative and said constant personal exposés hurt rather than help black entertainers navigating an already unforgiving industry. Sharpe fired back jokingly on air. I guess that means I need a pink feather boa to go with my dumbbells. Corporate advertisers adore viral numbers, but they also read lawsuits. Insiders whisper that several blue chip brands considering seven-figure ad packages with Club Shay Shay hit pause until the legal dust settles. YouTube's automated systems have flagged certain episode titles for limited ads following the wave of controversy, although channel growth shows no sign of slowing. Put the puzzle pieces on the table and you see why conspiracy theories are thriving. Lawsuit timing, mega money negotiations, and a track record of high-profile guests exposing uncomfortable secrets. This combo is thriller novel gold, but correlation is not causation. Sometimes lawsuits appear because two human beings have wildly different memories of the same night. Sometimes online chaos is just online chaos. For now, the only thing proven is that Sharpe and Zuniga disagree sharply on what happened behind closed doors. Civil litigation moves slowly, especially when reputations and fortunes this size are at stake. Expect discovery motions, deposition leaks, and maybe a settlement conference months from now. Remember, in civil court, the burden of proof is preponderance of the evidence, not beyond a reasonable doubt. Translation: jurors will weigh whose story feels 51% more believable. Meanwhile, networks know that hot-button hosts with massive followings drive subscription bundles and ad inventory. Sharpe's next deal, if it closes near 9 figures, would place him in the same pay bracket as Joe Rogan and Pat McAfee. One executive speaking anonymously to Front Office Sports said, "Love him or hate him, Shannon's engagement numbers are irreplaceable. If we do not sign him, a competitor will." This is the tightrope. The more explosive the guest story, the bigger the clicks, but also the greater the blowback. If the legal case drags on, Sharpe may need to decide whether Club Shay Shay remains an open mic for grievances or pivots to safer territory like athlete interviews and nostalgic NFL roundtables. Whatever he chooses, the blueprint he drew, athlete hosts, viral clips, long-form authenticity, has changed sports media forever. The broader conversation touches on gatekeeping, accountability, and who gets to tell insider truths. Katt Williams and Monique argue that shining daylight on Hollywood politics is an act of public service. Dave Chappelle and D.L. Hewley cautioned that calling out peers before confronting private grievances can torch careers unjustly. Both sides see themselves as defenders of integrity. In the crossfire stands Shannon Sharpe, a host navigating the line between fearless journalism and friendly fire fallout. Over the coming weeks, watch for court-ordered document releases, new guest bookings that either lean into controversy or steer clear, and further speculation about Sharpe's pending contract. If the lawsuit gains traction, expect mainstream networks to devote entire panels to it. If evidence collapses, prepare for think pieces on cancel culture overreach. Either way, the intersection of sports, comedy, and celebrity politics has never been more riveting. So did tonight's deep dive change your mind? Are we witnessing a carefully orchestrated campaign to kneecap a rising media titan? Or is this simply the gravity that comes with fame, fortune, and unfiltered microphones? Scroll down and let me know. Your perspective might be the missing clue another viewer needs. If you found value in this full-length analysis, hit like, ring that bell, and share the link with one friend who thrives on media mysteries. New episodes drop daily, and you will not want to miss what comes next. Until then, stay curious and keep questioning.